In the front, about 20 if the chair is kept like that, anyone will not be able to sit behind you. So you can put it aside like this.
Neeruji, can you put her chair here, Amita? Put her right here in front.
So all of you can just come up in the front.
Yeah, perfect.
Just fill up the space here.
Cushion? Yeah. Can you give cushion to her? Can you? One cushion to Poonam. Anyone else wants cushion?
Okay. So we all understand it. But so we saw some reasons why we don't accept. One is because our mind is not ready even to listen properly. What type of mind is required? What type of mind is required? Pradhiti, Shuddhata, Ekagrata,
Sukshmata.
Shuddhata is what?
Purity.
Mind without likes, dislikes, anger, greed, passion, etc. And one of the main obstacles in his Ashuddhi is called Mr. Ego. And I don't want to say ego, I will say pride. There is a difference between ahankara and garva, especially in Vedanta. Vedanta, you must understand, when we say ahankara in Vedanta, we do not mean pride. For pride, we use abhiman or garva. Okay? Now, what is the difference between ahankara and this abhiman? No. Every one of us has ahankara, but some have pride. A lot of us have pride. Let me say, not just some, a lot of us. So what is ahankara? This notion, I notion. You are all listening to me?
Yes.
Answer?
Yes.
Who answered? Ego answered. So, you understand, no? The one who is nodding, answering, understanding is what? Mr. Ego. So all of us have that. That is a common factor in every one of us. I am, I exist, I sit, I talk, I listen, I'm breathing, I'm alive, I'm that one. Okay? But abhimana, abhitaha mana, mana means measurement. Abhitaha mana means I have a measurement greater than what I have. I am this much, but I think I am this much. That is called what? Abhimana. And that is something which is the biggest obstacle for us. Ego is there. Ego comes afterwards. First the abhimana has to go first, then the ego. Ego is far away still. What do you mean by that? See, when I have to know I am infinite, right? Now, this itself, your itself, you are so stuck. Why is this abhiman there? Because first of all, you think I am the body. That is the first reason that ahankara is there. But then, unless you get out of that small little, pride in us, like, it's another illusion. It's one more layer of what? Covering. First of all, I am not the body, but I enhance my even existence of the body. I am the most beautiful person in the world. World to nahi jaane do. Local. I am more beautiful. And I know more. We have this notion, and I tell you, it is one of the greatest obstacles. Garva, abhiman. That is why Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, ahar garva parityajata. What? Daily remove garva. What? Why daily? Because one you remove, the second one is waiting. I'm telling you, I know so much. And see, gross abhimans are, of dhana, jana, yavana. Everyone knows me, you know that? You go there and just say my name and everyone knows me. I'm very well known over there. You just, isn't it? When we go also, we have this notion, like, we feel so good, when 5 people, like, greet you and then thank you, how are you? Swamiji. Inside, I'm full de hai, hota hai ki nahi. And the minute you full of fire, what will happen?
Deflate.
One click. I'm telling you, it's a fact. It happens all the time. Why? Because you this. We feel good, when I'm telling you, we have this thing, Gharva is such a strong thing in us, like, it's just waiting to, what do you call it? Expand itself. And we wait for it to be pricked also. A prick means we are always conscious who is respecting me, who is not respecting me. I'm not being respected. All the time, is it true or not? And little bit of this means, and if your mind is on all that, where is Brahman? Brahman is far, not even remotely what? And then pride in our goodness. Oh my God. See, all this gross, this dhana, jana, yavana, youth and all that. Rama, that youth thing goes away just like that, isn't it? You should see how, young girls and boys, you would have done it when you were young also. When you go to college, you think everyone's looking at you. And you walk also so self-consciously and all. And then you realize when you grow up, no one really is looking at you. Is it a fact? Have you realized that? कोई किसी क्या 1 second कोई आँख में से ऐसे क्या, but that one moment we feel what, but this all goes away very easily. You see a person who's richer and what, God, you feel, isn't it? Dhana, jana, yavan, even 5 people, so 10 people know me, but someone else comes and 25 people know, and then everyone's looking there. Then you say, hey, mera ye chala gaya. Everyone's now looking where? Is it true or not? One celebrity is there, he thinks he's a celebrity. Another celebrity comes, what happens? This celebrity, I have seen, in Bombay, Pali Hill is the place where all these actors and all stay, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing some, what do you call it, an internship in one of the architect offices in Pali Hill. So I used to walk around because that architect gave me the freedom, to be in the office when I wanted, when I didn't want. So I used to go around in the, seaside over there and have a great time, basically. And these actors, yesteryear actors, and they are walking along just for someone to recognize them and see them, which is so pathetic. You know what I mean? Because no one now, young generation don't know who they are. Even if the old generation, they talk, people how to, are aise aise ghumta hai. That one time when that person used to walk and there used to be crowds and everyone used to be like, and all. And then what? You're understanding? Does it not happen?
Yes.
And then everyone goes with another person and just, hey, ये सब इधर चल, मेरा कोई नहीं अभी. This is what? Abhiman, I tell you how much of Abhiman. And Abhiman of all this, as I told you, is very gross. The subtler ones are what? They are of, I have no Abhiman. The minute you think that is Abhiman, what? मैं अभिमान कुछ नहीं, बिल्कुल, मेरे में अभिमान ही नहीं है. Now, how do you convince this person that this is Abhiman? Because they're going to what? Deny about our bhakti. You know how much I am a big bhakta. Arey Rama, you are a bhakta. The greatest of bhaktas, they also said, मैं कुछ नहीं हूँ. But what do we feel? You don't know. You're understanding, no? About our goodness. I'm very good. I tell you, I'm very, I don't think bad about anyone. Vahareva Mahapurush. You only not recognize the, are you understanding what I'm saying? So that, and this, when this is there, where is Brahman? It's like something, what? really distant. Is it okay? That's why they say Shuddhata is required, Shuddhata is required. And pride is one of the biggest obstacles. You know, in Narad Bhakti Sutra, Bhagavan says, Naradji says, Abhimana Dveshitva, Dainya Priyatvacha. He says, I hate. Who? Bhagavan hates. What? Because that's the one that prevents us from reaching him. Biggest obstacle. Okay? So if you are a Vedanti, then what should you have? Right? Now, see, the method of Vedanta, the method of Bhakti are a little different in this, about dealing with this, what? Pride. So what happens in Bhakti, you surrender your ego and pride to Bhagavan. वो सब कुछ है, मैं कुछ नहीं. What? He is everything, I am nothing. Yesterday evening, I am a dot of nothing. He is everything. He is me. He is the whole. I am that little, small, little. Remember that yesterday evening? Don't look at me like that. Like I don't know what I am talking.
Yes.
I am that. The put in dot is impossible. You know, when you see that what Sarvagnya, remember the Sarvagnya Sarvashaktiman? Every time you say Sarvagnya Sarvashaktiman, inside your mind there should be what? Okay? Please remember all this. You make a face, doesn't matter. You know, but something inside should happen. That, and then I am what? The minute you understand, and each time your visit to the temple will become different. Have you got that? Because we go to the temple, हाँ देख लिया, अच्छा ड्रेस है, अच्छा नोज है, अच्छा आँख है, अच्छा है. हम भगवान को क्या करते हैं? टिक मार्क करते हैं. You, all these boxes are ticked. अच्छा है. You know, what will you feel if you stand with this notion that you are what? Sarvagnya, Sarvashaktiman. This idol is only a representation of that Sarvagnya, Sarvashaktiman. What will be your attitude? Please tell me. What will you be? We say also, Asya Devadevasya, Khilanda Brahmanda Nayakasya, Devadevottamasya, Devata Sarvabhaumasya, Sakala Nishkala Swarupasya, Sarvajñatva, Sarveshwaratva, Sarvantaryamitva, Sarvasrishtitva, Sarvabhoktritva, Sarvasamharakatva, Sarvavyapakatva, Sarvashaktimatvadi Gunagana Vibhushitasya, Vedanta Vedyasya, Parvati Sanathasya, Rishabhavahana Bhaktavatsalaस्य, Munijana Sevitasya, Lokanugrahakarakasya, Bhaktanugrahavaradasya, Bhagavatah. You know, when you each word is like what? What? Okay. So this is the way of bhakti. You are everything, I am. So in Vedanta, what is the way? You make your ego smaller and smaller. One is you surrender. The other is what? Sukshma banate jao. Ahankar ko sukshma banate jao. You make it subtler and subtler and subtler and subtler, and finally gets completely eliminated. Okay? Either way, it has to go. So first pride has to go, then the ego will go. If the pride is there, the ego has no problem. You understand the difference between the two? Huh? Ego is common for every thought of ours, but pride is there only in. Okay. So Shuddhata, Ekagrata, and Sukshmata. This is the thing. Okay, fine. Now comes some interesting thing. You say, Swamiji, you are not making us do mananam. Right? Now I'll tell you something. Again, precautions, cautions. How do we explain Vedanta? How do we explain Vedanta? We always use examples to explain Vedanta. Is it true or not? Because there is no other way to explain. We wish we could say, okay, chalo, Brahman nikalo, idhar lo. Sab haath mein lo, smell it, taste it, touch it, and pass it on. I wish I could do that. It would be good, na? How nice, no? Brahman haath mein lo. Be careful. You can't. Why you can't? Even if you want to. Brahman is not something you can show like that. So I remember that example, and then you have to show. It's very difficult. So now what to do? How do you? So we have to use what? Stories, examples, metaphors, etc. Right? Now what happens? See, examples are great to understand, but most of us only understand the example and not the principle. I'm telling you, most of us, we actually, when we've understood, and the interesting part is, when we have understood the example, we think we've understood the principle. होता है कि नहीं होता है? बोलो. And then we will explain also, I'll tell you. And the examples are again too familiar. The minute I say pot and all, you say mud and pot. वो तो आया. I know. What do you know? No, you don't. होता है ना? Snake and rope तो my God. इतनी बार सुन के कान तो बहरे हो गए कि नहीं. Snake and rope is like but what to do? That's the best example you can think of. So, and I tell you, in certain places, see in India, this works very well, snake and rope. Why? Because there are snakes around. I mean, kahan snake? Child brought up over here, he doesn't, and there are no ropes lying around. In India, we have ropes lying around. Come on. Isn't it true? There is nothing lying around. So no question of mistaking something, like a very. Here the best example is these flowers. You don't know, they look so real, but only when you touch you understand. And that also, I'm telling you, we have to change the example for places like this. And एक बार तो हुआ, I said, this has to be artificial, has to be. But then I'm sneaking and I'm like, I don't want to make a fool of myself. So, and kabhi wo, in the middle of the table, there'll be all fruits and all, and wow, they look like so nice and all. And then you take it and it's not real. वो decoration के रूप से रखा होता है. So anyway, I went to this flower and I said, and then I touched it and I said, ये तो artificial है. So very confidently I said, ये तो artificial. He said, no, Swamiji, this is real. I said, no, it's like, he's saying, no, we have waxed it. और रियल को वैक्स किया. अरे देखो आर्टिफिशियल रियल जैसे दिखता है रियल इसी तो माया कहते हैं. माया is what nothing but this. What is actually real seems what remote and far and not existing at all. And what is non-real looks so real and solid. Is it true? Yes. So what I'm saying is we understand the examples and not the principles. And then when we reflect, that is another interesting thing. See, these are all things what I'm trying to is taking out all this, and then once all this is removed, then the actual reflections can start. Otherwise, we will be doing only all this. So, mostly what we do is, we understand the examples, and when we are so-called studying or reflecting, we reflect on the examples rather than the don't we follow. When we reflect also, what do we say? Like snake and rope. And see how our ideas are. I'll give an example. What is we say? The rope is the substratum for the snake. Adhishthan. बीच में ऐसे शब्द यूज करना चाहिए. मजा क्या है? अध्यास. The what? The rope is what? Adhyas. This is superimposition. And the snake is what? And the rope is what? The substratum. Adhisthana. Not that. Now, please tell me, in your mind, what is the image? There's something on top, something on bottom.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Right.
So what do you think? That the whole world is there and there's some Brahman in the bottom. होता है कि नहीं होता है? Come on, please tell me. So even when you are so-called thinking of Brahman, what are you thinking? Like a layer of cake or something. Shows what I'm eating over here. Cake yaad aaya. Something on top and then the it's ridiculous. There is nothing called top and bottom. You understand that? Bolo. No, see, I'm telling you how we don't reflect. This all happens is because we actually don't reflect. We only understand the examples, but we don't reflect. Because in your reflection, all this is understood. There's no such thing. You're getting the point out.
Yes.
I'm just trying to show you that we listen, we understand, but we don't reflect. Because the minute you reflect, this idea will just vanish. Got it? Now, I'm going to blast these ideas because you will understand what I'm trying to tell you. We are supposed to be what? Witness. Have you heard that word?
Yes.
Sakshi. And we also say, I am practicing Sakshi Bhav. Have you heard that one also? Hare Mahapurusha we are. And we say, I'm laughing is because, remember, I've gone through it all. So I'm laughing at myself, okay? I'm not laughing at anyone of you, please. All this I wrote is because all this, I went through all the things that I'm talking about, right? No. I am Sakshi. And all the thoughts are like what?
Passing by.
Then the example, you're sitting with a bank for you. Imagine all the thoughts, what? Right? Don't you all feel that? And so you sit there and say, all what? Which side do your thoughts go? From right to left? You see the foolishness of this whole thing. So what I'm saying is, if you reflect, you will ask these questions. We don't reflect. We only repeat those understood things and we keep on doing all that and we think we are doing what? Okay, now tell me right to left or left to right. Where does it go? Or up to down? Where do the thoughts go from? You know, interestingly, you will imagine only, na? When you are doing this, there's only imagination. It's not actual reflection. You're getting what I'm trying to tell you? There's only what? Imagination. Now, imagination, most of your imagination will be right to left. Have you understood why? Why is it right to left always? In your imagination, it will always go this way. Why? Because you read like that. All of us read. The Arabic people now, it will be going that way. You ask the local person, "Teera vichar kaise jata?" So you have to be reflective enough to be able to see all the. It only comes after reflection. Understood? So you ask the question, why did I imagine like that? Even in my imagination of all this, why did I imagine like that? Why did I imagine that it goes from here to here? And interesting, I was sitting on the river bank and Uttarkashi, the flow always goes like that. So I'm also happy, yeah, flow is going like that, thoughts are going like that. And one day another river and it was going that way. I couldn't think of it. I said, what is this nonsense? This thought don't go here, they don't go there. What am I doing? In the name of... Are you getting the point? If the river goes the other, we can't think then. So I said, okay, let all the thoughts go this way. No, they can't go, they have to go this way. They don't go here, they don't go there. So we think about it. You're understanding now what we mean by reflection and all that. People say, oh, what you're reflecting and all. You actually, you understand then. It's a very different experience. No, I can't explain it. I will only, supposing I explain now, you'll again have something which will catch my words and you'll start, what? Improvising. What we need to do is, that's why Gurudev said, throw away your books and reflect. What did he say? Throw away your books. So I would really advise all of you, every day 15 minutes, 5 minutes, okay, 15 minutes. 5 5 minutes. But 5 minutes तो mood लाने के लिए होता है. I'm not joking. Try. First 5 minutes you are sitting and reflecting now. You'll have everything under the sun coming over. Isn't it? So anything that inspires you, take one thought, one word also, it doesn't matter. Just take that. And then what do? You start reflecting on that. What exactly is this? They say akhanda. Khanda means what? Parts. They say Atma is akhanda. What exactly does that mean? Don't read that book. And according to me, I always, when I ask questions, I say, no heard answer is acceptable as an answer. Don't give me any heard answer. You may have heard 100,000 times, whatever. I don't want to hear that. I have also read the same thing. We have read the same thing. So don't give me that answer. The minute you stop doing that, you will see what happens to you. Okay? The example, an example is always limited. Because Atma is infinite. All examples, however much they are only, they apply. Now, let's take the snake and more. Okay. Have you seen snakes? Yes. Not lying around or something, but you have seen. Have you seen ropes? Yes. Now, both are seen things. Right? You have experienced both. Now, take the example now. Apply to the principle. Have you seen Atma? Bolo? No. Have you seen the world? Yes. You see the difference straight away? Bolo. Now one is what? Never seen, never can be experienced, never has any, now what do we think? We also, when we reflect, what do we think? We think the world is there, and then when we come to the Atma, what happens? We also imagine something. You're understanding what I'm trying to tell you? So that's why, so when you reflect and all that, all things become so clear to you. So you go beyond the example to the what? That's what you want to do. So when people ask me what is required for reflection or what, first of all you should have done Shravan properly. As I said, वहाँ ही wicket down हो जाती है, Shravan ही ठीक नहीं होता है. You first have to do Shravan properly, okay? After doing, so already that knowledge is there, that understanding is already there, right? After that, you have to see, we have enough for a reflection. Please understand. We have a relatively healthy body. That's required. What's required? Relatively. You don't have to be like a six-pack, this. Relatively. No, I'm marathon fit. You don't need a marathon. Yeah. Spiritual, but you have to be healthy. Okay? You are a sick person and all that, now nothing is going to happen. You will say and you will imagine so many things, but nothing is actually happening. You agree with me? Bolo. You are sick and tired and then you sit for meditation. What happens? What happens inside? Inside what happens? A is you fall asleep. That is first thing. I do sleep and manana, anything. Manana, Nidhyasana is far away. We haven't even come to that. What happens? It doesn't, the mind is foggy then. The deep thinking is not possible in a mind which is foggy. That's why Shuddhata, Ekagrata and Sukshmata. All this only has, that will allow us to do reflection. Okay. So, relatively healthy body, relatively pure mind. Because ultimate pure mind and all, even if we don't have, it's okay. Because we have to do Manana, that's okay. You start with that relatively pure mind and relatively alert intellect and knowledge of intellect that has determined what is the truth, meaning done Shravana. Okay? This much is masala you need. What? What masala you need to make this cooking of Manana? Relatively healthy body, a relatively pure mind, and an intellect which is alert and knows the truth. Got it? This much is enough. Now, that's what I say, enough for moksha. What? Enough. This is enough. And then of course grace is the factor that comes and all that. Don't worry, that's not in your hands, so don't even worry about it. Okay. If you have this masala, then you can start the cooking. Mananam cooking. Okay? If you don't have this masala, you can't do it. So many times now people say, Swamiji, I have reached, you don't know what all types of things we encounter. I have reached the stage of nididhyasan, but I have a question. This is contradiction, complete, total and absolute. See, at the end of Shravanam, what should happen? That I know and I understand completely what the scripture is trying to say. This is the result of Shravanam. I'm not using technical words, I'm just using this. At the end of Mananam, what should happen? Complete, total, absolute, doubtless knowledge, I am Brahman. What? Shravanam, it seems the same, isn't it? At the end of Shravanam, at the Shravanam, you say, I know the scriptures are saying that I am Brahman. At the end of Mananam, what? I know I am Brahman. Then what is this nididhyasan for? It is only to get established in this thought that I am Brahman. What is it? And that is why people like Raman Maharshi, they got knowledge long back. Is it true or not? And yet what did they do? Spent years and years where? In that Virupaksha cave and there and that. Is it true or not? What were they doing? Establishing. How many saints and sages? Don't you hear about them? Gyan ho gaya. I mean, what are they doing? Why are they spending hours and hours and years and something in some place they go and stay away and all that? Why are they doing that? For doing what? Establishing themselves in the truth. Now what do we want to do? We want to eat the third chapati first. Teach meditation. I am interested in what? Swamiji, nididhyasan is what? Shravan kiya hai. That is all. Are you understanding what I am saying? Manan kiya hai. Swamiji, you do the mananam, we do the nididhyasan is our job. You do mananam for us. Are you understanding what I am saying? So first, then, see, Vedanta principle is that only by Shravan you get knowledge. You don't need manan, you don't need nididhyasan. Actual principle is that. But who will get knowledge with Shravanam? Someone like in front of Dakshinamurti who was sitting. Great rishis were sitting. So what did Dakshinamurti do? He did not even open his mouth. Maunam Vyakhya. And he did this. Now what happened? All of them did namaskar and went away. Lesson is over. What? हम लोग तो होते तो क्या है अच्छा है silly. Anyway. So here what happened to Bhagavan? Some of the characters, because it's making me laugh so much. So they wanted to choose a president of India. So Indira Gandhi said, I want a person who can, sort of unusual thinker. So we call a lot of people and finally 3 of them were this. The first one said, what is this? Says, such a simple answer, anyone would think, will use this. No. The second one was lot of Pandit and all that. He said, ye kya hai? He said, this is Brahman. It is. These are 3 bodies and the Jivatma is different from these 3 bodies and one with the truth which is infinite and all that. This is very impressive, but it is there in the scriptures. This is not unusual thinking at all. So dismissed. And the third, I'm not going to tell the name. You all know. Zen Singh. Okay, fine. ये क्या है? बोले Thursday. बना दूंगा. Then they had a party for, like you got elected and all that. So then he says, but I want to know what is this meaning of this thing and how do we get to that, to the how she can't sleep at night, just this. उसने कैसे आ गया? बोले कितना सिंपल है, गांव में हम पढ़ते थे मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे So, see, for a fit student, for a person who's completely ready, this is enough. You don't need anything more than that. I mean, the Maunam Vyakyan, you don't even have to open your mouth. For some Tattvamasi, Khatam. There was one student. There's a great guru, and a lot of Shishyas were sitting. And one person came from, and he was carrying something to give to the guru. You take dakshina, always you approach the guru with something in your hand to offer. So he was this, and the guru looked at him from far and he says, drop. So whatever he had, he just put it on the side and started walking towards the guru. And as he was approaching closer, the guru said, drop. All of a sudden he stood still, looked at the guru, did namaskar and went away. All the rest of them saying, what happened, what happened? He's saying, usko to ho gaya, kaam uska ban gaya, mukta ho gaya, wo chala gaya. So हमको कुछ नहीं हुआ. We are all sitting around and all that, nothing happened to us. How did this guy get? He said, what happened? He says, as he was coming and he carried this, he brought whatever he had. So the mamata, my thing, whatever is there, I said, drop. So he dropped all mamata, minus. He just dropped. And as he was coming, I said, drop. So the I that is owning and saying it is my, so nothing else is left now. After all, my is gone, what remains? Only that I ego remains. So I said, drop. He dropped the ego and went away. What more is there? Khel khatam. You got it? But this is for which student? You say 2 times drop, what will happen to you? Nothing. You are understanding. I also said, no, I told all your what happened, but neither my went, neither I went, now tell me what next. You understand? So therefore, for us, we need Shravana itself is not enough, because we've heard enough times it's not happened. The very fact that it's not happened, it means what? Mananam is required. And Swatantrena Mananam Kurya. At the time of doing Shravanam, you need Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Meaning you need to have that faith that what I am saying, I know what I am talking about. And I am talking the scriptures. At least that faith you have to have. Is it true or not? If you didn't have that faith that what I am talking is the truth, what will happen? You will say, Pata nahi kya bolta. I don't know whether she knows also what she's talking. You get the point. You will not have that. You have to have that faith that what she's saying, she knows what she's saying. That you must have that faith. So you must do Shravanam with Shraddha, not Mananam with Shraddha. We do Mananam with Shraddha and Shravanam with doubt. I'm telling you, faith is something worth speaking about and talking about. I mean, it's. Should I talk about it?
Yes.
Faith is something, it does 2 things. Karma hetu and Jnana hetu. See, each of these things, this we have to do the manana. That, see, what will happen is, everything I am speaking, but I want all of you to do this independently. You understand? And then it will become more, everything will become more meaningful. Like yesterday, all of you thought along with me about Ishvara. Isn't it Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman? You started thinking. And then at the end of it, the A is really an A. Otherwise, we just say, Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, he's everything. That it doesn't, that everything doesn't have an impact anymore. You get the point? Similarly, here also, I'm saying it all, but please, y'all think, okay? Important is for you all to be able to think. Okay, Swamiji, you have time to think. You have nothing else to do. So you have time. We have no time, just you खाना पका के हमको खिला दो. Right? So, what is Shraddha? So it can do two things, and it's absolutely, without Shraddha, you can't do any action and you cannot know anything. So Swamiji, what are you talking about? You are all sitting away. You're only focusing on what I'm saying, hopefully. Right? Why? Because you have faith. Not just in me and I'm not talking. I'm saying you have faith even in coming here and sitting because you know the ceiling is not going to fall on your head. Don't you have that faith? Supposing you didn't have that faith, that the ceiling is going to fall on your head, what will happen? What will happen? Will you come and sit here? Action is that. You came in the car, right? If you have a driver with the car, don't you have faith in the driver that he's not going to do an accident? You sit in the train. You have faith that the person who is driving is going to drive properly, the signals are going to work, etc. Is it true or not?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, after the big earthquake that happened in Gujarat, people who to go in their sleeping at night was difficult for them. They had an emergency bag with them, and every time there was a slight tremor, they would take the bag and run out of the house. Are you aware of that? They couldn't sleep at night. I remember a month later, not even a month, 2 weeks later, I had a yajna in Vadodara, and people said we've not slept for 2 weeks. That yajna was so important that after the first session, they came to me and said, we slept. Now for a person who's not slept for 2 weeks, with that fear, what will happen? That sleeping, I said, that's the greatest achievement. Sleep in the class also. Come here. Normally I keep saying, don't sleep, don't sleep, don't sleep. But I said, please come. I mean, after 2 weeks, they don't want Vedanta, they want sleep. You get it? So that was very interesting. Why? There was no faith. That at night, this book collapsed. That's, you understand? You're sitting so happily. Why? You have faith. You understand the importance of faith? Don't say, I don't have faith. You can't take a step without faith. So all actions are because of faith. Okay. We don't understand this importance of this and what faith? What? You have? And no, blind. I don't believe. What do they call it? Blind faith. What nonsense. 19. All of us, our entire life is most of the time on blind faith. And it's blind. You want me to tell you example? How blind it is? Because we think, oh, I'm blind. What are you talking? You're an Indian, right? All of you. Now, don't you have faith that your parents are your parents? Have you ever questioned? Hello, DNA karate. Will you do it? Will you even think of it? How do you know? You actually don't know. Right or wrong? Bolo. Swamiji, aap aise kyun? Now I'm going to. You will not. Even after me telling you this, you will not. Why? I know. You have not done some matching of your DNA to prove that this. No, you will not. You have faith. These are facts. There are other places where they don't have that faith and they get it done. Is it a fact also or not? Why? They don't have the faith. That's why I said you're Indian. Is it not blind faith? Bolo. Is it not blind faith?
Yes.
And we say, I don't believe. What nonsense. We're all doing, but और blind faith ही होती है. I'm an intellectual. These are notions we have about ourselves and everything. Vedantis have more notions than other normal people. Okay, that is karma hetu. All knowledge, absolutely without exception, happens because of faith. See, these are all supreme truths that are given in the scriptures. That's why I'm saying, no, every word of the scripture is completely truthful. Bas. It's the truth. It just states it. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Full stop. One with faith knows. Shraddhavan labhate. 3 words, simple words. Shraddhavan labhate. So now, what is faith? This is a long topic. Cut it short. You need to, what is it that you need to have faith in? Now let me explain this. What is this? This is a mind. So in knowing, this is knowledge. Now what is knowledge that happened? This is the mind. That's knowledge that happened in your head, all of you. Keep your eyes open, okay? So this is the mind. This knowledge happened. What did you need faith in for this knowledge to happen? I said every knowledge has to happen with faith. No knowledge happens without faith. So now in this knowledge, this is a mind. What is the faith you have to have? Faith is always in something. Is it true or not? It is not faith by itself hanging somewhere. Faith always has a locus, right? You have to have faith in something. I have faith. When someone says, what do you say? Faith in what? That's the next question, right? I have faith. So you say, I have faith in something. So now in this knowledge that this is a mic, what did you need to have faith in? It's a mic. How did you? This is a mic. What did you have to have faith in? To know this is a mic. Absolutely right. Someone said it. In your eyes. So I opened my eyes. I saw, and I know. You understand that? How did this happen? I saw. So what did you have to have faith in? In your eyes. That what my eyes are showing is the right thing. Right? Many times people say, no, I saw it with my own eyes. That is why, I thought you can see with someone else's. Then we say also, no, with my own eyes I saw. That means what? It's I know. I saw it with my. Means what? You have faith in the. So remember, faith is always in the means of knowledge. Get that? Because we say faith, we don't understand. Faith in what? In the means of knowledge, you have to have faith. Got that? You have to have faith in the means. Now, in this particular case, eyes are the means. Right? And therefore, like that you say, no, I make a statement. You say, I heard it. She spoke it. How do you know that?
Yes.
Got this thing? So you have to have faith in the means of knowledge. For Vedanta, what is the means of knowledge? What is the means of knowledge? Scriptures given by the Guru. Guru Mukhat Shastra Shravanam Kuryat. So you have to have faith in the Guru, his ability, nobility, his this and all, and in the scriptures, which he is this. Now, there are 4 types of faith, 5 types of faith. Faith in God, faith in Guru, faith in scriptures, faith in oneself, faith in the means, sadhana. What are the 5?
God,
Guru, scriptures, yourself, and sadhana.
If you have all 5, both is done. Perfect. If you don't have all 5, and if you have one of them, which is the most important? How many vote for the sadhana? How many vote for scriptures? Don't feel bad. No answer is wrong, so don't even worry. How many of you vote for oneself? How many of you vote for Guru? How many of you vote for God? You can't choose 2, huh? I'm saying only one. From 5, supposing you have only one, which one? Guru. Actually true. Because Guru is the one who can give you faith. Supposing you lose faith in God, Guru can re-establish that faith. Supposing you lose faith in the scriptures, Guru can actually, we don't have faith in the scriptures till the Guru tells us. Is it true or not? Only after the Guru tells us, then we have faith in this. In fact, most of the time, only after we meet the Guru, our faith in God also becomes stronger? Is it a fact or not? It's only after, with the Guru, even if we lose our own confidence, what will happen? The Guru can re-establish that confidence in us. Isn't it true? And in the sadhanas also, how do we know? Arey jap karenge to ye hoga. How do you know? Because the Guru says jap karo. We know. Is it true or not? So as far as a spiritual seeker is concerned, faith in the Guru is very, very, very important, and God bless that seeker who has lost faith in the Guru. It's the greatest tragedy in the life of a seeker when he loses. It's a tragedy. It's a bigger tragedy than anything else if he loses what? Faith in the Guru. I have seen such shattered souls who are they shatter completely, totally. They become atheists. They become nothing. There's nothing to hold them after that. So what? Faith in the. Please remember, first of all, you have to have a Guru. The faith in the Guru question comes on. You know, like they say, Guru Karya. Don't do Guru Karya, okay? Guru किया हमने उसको गुरु बनाया तो you are बनाओing the Guru also. What? See what happened? See this. Sometimes we go Guru shopping. I talked about this thing in my talk. You don't do all of that. Increase the intensity of your desire for the truth, and the Guru appears, manifests in your life, and will guide you. And then once you have the Guru and the Sadguru in your heart, just hold on to him and you will walk safely to your destination. Okay? And he will establish all the other faiths also. So now we have understood what comes between us and doing Mananam. Yes? There are a lot of other things. 3 days is not enough to caution, to give you all the precautions, and of course reflections are something you have to have yourself. Yeah? So I made you understand the importance of Mananam? Everyone? What is that Mananam? Independent thinking. See, just because you have studied a lot, or you have, many of you have conducted study classes or classes and all that, it doesn't mean that we are doing Mananam. Okay? Have you got this also point clear? So sometimes we feel that we are, now I'm ready for what? I'm very close to what? No, to moksha. Everything, I'm like, I'm just, no. Swamiji, you can't even imagine, So let all such illusions, because I told you, we should not live in a world of illusion, because already we are living in illusion. You add illusions to your existing illusion, then it's very, very difficult to get out of. Okay? So, time is up. Therefore, so if you want to know more about, because I'm going to do Nidhyasana, there's no meditation demystified. So you have to come to the teacher, no choice. Take me your office. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya. Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Karomi yatyat sakalam parasmai Narayanayeeti samarpayami. Narayanayeeti samarpayami. Om Tat Sat.